What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the free thinkers. Shout out to everybody, of course, that's been following us on Def to Radio, DEAF #2 Radio. That's our new Instagram. Make sure you guys follow us there.
And as always, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure it's set to all so you get all of our videos as they drop. Up-and-coming artists, make sure you click the link in the description. We'll do about 60 seconds of your song in the front of one of our up-and-coming videos to get you some exposure, so make sure you check that out. So we're back to Joyner Lucas, man. This is Devil's Work 2. We did Devil's Work 1 back in the day. I think that was 3 years ago or so.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And we've done a lot from Joyner Lucas, man. So the dude is super talented, man. And, you know, he got busy on the first one, I think.
Joyner always has food for thought, man. Joyner always understands just how to market himself and market his music, man. And he always has his pulse on, I think, that these sort of trending topics of what's going on and sort of controversial things that are going on. He tends to have his pulse on that. And he does it in a way, I feel like, as well, that's really key for Joyner. It's very palatable. It looks like it's off the Not Now, I'm Busy album. I don't know when that's dropping or what's going on. It says Not Now, I'm Busy, so let's rock. Joyner Lucas, Devil's Work 2.
Already. It's funny, man. Ain't nobody here. That's not too bad. It don't sound too bad so far. Yeah, I don't know. That's like some do or die shit right there.
I guess we gotta try this again. Dear Lord, I know that we've been here before. It's been a long time, I hope that you don't slam the door. I try to walk away, but there's some shit I can't ignore. I could be wrong, but seems like you don't even care no more. Cause since our last talk, you ain't playing fair no more. And when I pray, it kinda feel like you ain't there no more. I still don't understand why niggas who deserve it dies living, but the ones who ain't deserve it isn't here no more. And no, I don't want no one else to die. Instead of trading souls, I got something else in mind. There's a lot of moments that...
Real quick, I know that's super early. I fucking love this sample, man. That singing in the background, I fucking love that sample. And I love how he's approaching it so far. I mean, I know the beat hasn't dropped in yet, but I just want to give credit right now, just in case it takes a turn that I'm like, I don't know if I like it. But him in this bag, man, I just don't think he's unfuckwittable.
One thing I want to say, man, Joyner Lucas, NF, the dude Hiren, I really think that when we're talking about bags, I would pay good money to see this. There needs to be a tour, like it's a play. Y'all should have like a play.
That'd be cool.
To go just across the country. But it's your music, you know, it's in play form, but basically your music is essentially, you know, like a play oftentimes, right? It's very expressive and the video really adds a different dimension to what you're talking about, right? These artists tend to do all that. And I just think that would be super cool to do like a Broadway tour with their music. I really think that would be revolutionary, man. I really do. And I think Joyner Lucas has that mindset. I know he's thought about this. There's no way Joyner has thought about this, man. But anyways, yep, I like the sample though, Ryan. I agree with that. Let's keep it going.
Why niggas who deserve it dies living, but the ones who ain't deserve it isn't here no more. And no, I don't want no one else to die. Instead of trading souls, I got something else in mind. There's a lot of moments that I wish that I could change. I could fix a lot of pain if you help me out this time. Maybe we can undo all the damage, press rewind. Reset the clock and make it so some niggas never die. Or maybe fix all the mistakes of those that's still alive and give them all a second try. Erase that Will Smith slap and turn them back around. Or wait till they get backstage so they can have it out. Or maybe make it so that Chris chose a different joke.
I know he's about to get in the bag, the Will Smith slap. Why you stop it when he just showed the Will? Why would you do that, George? But Ryan said something that I was thinking. I wanna touch on that. He was just like, he said instead of trading souls, you know what I mean, let's do it something different. Like, let's do it differently this time. And I'm glad he said that. I don't know what the general consensus was about Devil's Work or if that was controversial at all. But I do remember saying, like, you know, taking one soul and then, you know, trade it for another. I thought that was a bit tacky. I thought that was in bad taste. I felt the frustration and the anger and the grief and everything. You say some shit, but I do feel like you shouldn't want anyone to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I thought the way that he approached that, I understood the motive behind the way he approached it, but I love this route as well because it's not about taking somebody else's life. How about we just not take anyone's life? But can we reverse it though? Can we just, you know, retrace our steps a little bit and go back and change things? Okay, cool. So he talked about the Will Smith slap. I don't know if you guys saw the Chris Rock special. You know what I mean? Go check that out if you haven't. So yeah, cool. Just timely, man. Just very timely. He makes I'm talking about the elephant in the room music oftentimes. He just talks about the elephant in the room. So let's keep it going.
Maybe we can undo all the damage, press rewind. Reset the clock and make it so some niggas never die. Or maybe fix all the mistakes of those that's still alive and give them all a second try. Erase that Will Smith slap and turn them back around. Or wait till they get backstage so they can have it out. Or maybe make it so that Chris chose a different joke, a different topic, something Jada won't be mad about. Matter of fact, let's talk about this shit I'm sad about. When Pop Smoke accidentally leaked that address out. Lord, you know the streets crazy, how you drive the ball. When you know niggas keep a target on these rappers now. And give us Kobe Bryant back, we a mess without him. Take back the day he ever stepped inside that helicopter. Make him take the car instead and forget the chopper. Maybe take a different route or get a different driver. Can't believe you took his daughter and she left behind him. It's kinda hard to see the positive and that's the problem. I know you don't make mistakes, but I was hoping you'd erase that bullshit so his family won't be left without him. And I wish I could fly to Russia on a different mission and make him pay for putting Brittany Griner in the prison. Or maybe you could bring her back to February 17th and you can take...
If I can pause the shit. One more quick pause, man. He is talking, man. I feel like, yes, it's a storytelling mode, but it's in a song structure that I would actually play outside of this room. You know what I mean? I'll be in the... if it keeps going like this, yeah, this might get a banger. This might be a banger in the whip, you know?
He's had a few occasions, man, where I was like, well, that was an experience. I'm never going to listen to it again, though. I wouldn't say that with this, to your point, Ryan. I agree. I feel like it's got some replay value in it. I think the beat was a good choice. Yep. Flow is. Yep. And he's got something to say. Let's keep it going.
The positive, and that's the problem. I know you don't make mistakes, but I was hoping you'll erase that bullshit so his family won't be left without him. And I wish I could fly to Russia on a different mission and make him pay for putting Brittany Griner in the prison. Or maybe you could bring her back to February 17th and you could take the CBD so she ain't flying with it. Or maybe change that 9 years and give her 9 minutes. Or better yet, change the laws so they can stop tripping. I know that's a lot to wish and it ain't my business. But until you grant my wish, I ain't gonna stop wishing. But Lord, listen, this shit irking me. Now how you take PMD, that shit absurd to me. So many questions about that shit and it's disturbing me. Like niggas can't eat waffles without security. And niggas can't work hard and go buy some jewelry. That one hurt to see. And by the end of the song, they gon' try to murder me. And if they do, I hope my fans take it personally. I know you hear me talking, Lord, don't be curving me. Won't you take us back to Kylie Jenner's party? Before them shots hit the floor, before the bullets ricochet and leave a dripping more. We don't know the truth or if we misinformed, but either way, take it back and make Tory hop inside a different car. Broke my heart when DMX died, I hit the call. Feel like that nigga was an angel in a different form. Might have had a drug problem like he did before, but he was fighting demons and I know that that's a different war. You must got a major ego. I ain't tryna disrespect and tryna play the hero. But when you took Takeoff, you took my favorite Migos. Look, I don't know how that makes sense, cause it makes zero. The fucking wrong place, wrong time, that ain't Gito. Took that man right in his prime, that's playing Evo. When Tiny Luster died, I cried and played CeeLo. Cause I can't even watch Friday without saying Devo. You know this shit got me stressed, right? Staring at the Bible, trying to figure out who's next, like. Why you take the ones who ain't deserve to see what death like? Meanwhile, 6ix9ine free, living his best life. Go back to the day that he took the stand and confessed, right? Tape his mouth shut so we never talk to...
We got to, man. We got to. I was trying to let it go. I'm gonna be very short this time. I love this fucking song, man. I think he is bodying this. Even the pauses and letting... Because I feel like I've seen Joyner do interviews and talk about things, or like especially on IG and shit like that. He'll talk about, man, I love that beat, and I love this beat. So I feel like I was gonna do a freestyle on that beat. I feel like when he heard this, he was like, oh yeah, this is it. This shit is fucking fire, and he's really staying within a good pace of the song, man.
I agree.
And he's talking.
Shout out to Joyner.
He mentioned Debo, mentioned freaking DMX. You know what I mean? I mean, shit.
The angel in a different form.
Yeah.
When he said, I felt like DMX was an angel in a different form, I really, really felt that.
His battle with drugs was a different demon that he didn't know nothing about. And so I love the play on angel in a different form, but that's a different demon, his drugs. You know what I mean? That play on words with angel and demon, but meaning that he just had internal struggles, but he had a good heart, you know? I thought that was hard.
Let's keep it rocking.
Why you take the ones who ain't deserve to see what death like? Meanwhile, 6ix9ine free, living his best life. Go back to the day that he took the stand and confessed, right? Tape his mouth shut so he never talked to the feds, like. Make him do his time so his niggas gotta do less, right? Make him learn from Bobby so he can know what respect like. Lord, forgive me for my language and these bad words. But that Candace Owens bitch get on my last nerve. How you gonna tell me that what we witnessed on TV was a murder when we watch niggas turn his ass into Casper? George died from asphyxiation, and that's a factor. Fentanyl or not, he'd have never died in his last words. Well, I cannot breathe, so really she gotta chill. Or maybe they should trade places so she can see how I feel. Little bitch got me stressed, God. Probably not prepared for what I'm asking next, God. Bring Ye mama back, cause he a mess, God. And he ain't been the same ever since Donda West died. Yeah, that's the day Kanye West died. First his heart, then his mind, then the rest died. And if your bank account is overkill, your soul could be broken still. Even the rich spirit money can't buy. I pray the heavens watch me. Rest in peace, Biz Marquis, you got peace. Young Dolph, King Von, Drake in your top 3. Black Rob, Troubles, Virgil and Shock G. Pat Stay, K Slay, and Fred the God G. She almost took Lil TJ, but I'm happy he got Lee. Lord, you even took Black Panther, that's not G. And when Sidhu Musabala got shot, that shot me. Begging for your guidance on this ghetto earth. Frustrated, trying to understand how heaven works. I'm just hoping you can pull a couple strings and redo a couple things so maybe we can get a second turn. You took juice from us that forever hurts. But putting the blame on you, that'll never work. I know this ain't your fault, it's the devil's work. Devil's work.
Man, that was really incredible, man. When I look at this song, man, video makes it better because you get the visualization. But even outside the video, man, if I was in my car listening to this, number one, I like the beat. I love what he was talking about because he was taking all these controversial issues and things that we all talk about in our personal life, and it's being broadcast on the internet. And we all have these. A lot of people are very opinionated on what side of the matter they want to be on. But he took it head on, man. And the beat is on point, you know, something that I could ride to or whatever, or I really, fuck it. No matter if you're riding to it or in the club, but it's just a beat that you like, you know what I mean? And typically, and I love Joyner Lucas, man, but typically when I'm listening to him in this storytelling mode, I love that he can do that like no other, and I think that's his bag. We already mentioned that. But it's never been something that I loved from a musical standpoint. I really didn't like the music along with it. I just love what the fuck he was saying and how he put it together in a video. This, to me, dude,
does it feel like he's learned from those past works in terms of how to make a song?
I think
and convey the messaging that he wants to convey? It feels like it.
Yes, it felt mature to me.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like, because other songs from Joyner in this mode felt a little immature to me. This is one of the best songs I've heard from Joyner Lucas, period.
And this is this
period.
playlist?
Oh yeah, this is hella playlist.
Go, man.
Hella playlist. I'm willing to bet money that this won't be a big song for Joyner. I don't think Joyner fans are gonna love this from him.
Okay.
But I love this from him because I feel like Joyner fans are probably a little younger than me.
Okay.
So I think they like those filler bars that just because he's doing a sped up flow type of thing, he's rapping fast, even though he's really not saying much in that. He's just rapping fast like, whoa, this motherfucker's killing it. I think that's what they like from him. But dude, yeah, stay right here, Joyner. You know what I'm saying? You know, get respect from the motherfuckers that matter. Fuck them motherfuckers.
Now we talking.
No, I'm just joking.
Nah, I ain't joking. Don't get me started on that. This was a good job by Joyner, man. I enjoyed this, man. I think that Joyner, I think you said that really well, Ryan. I think that I sensed a bit of maturity from Joyner. I sensed that he's probably looked at other songs that were, you know, albeit successful for him in terms of just maybe streaming and numbers and his fans liking them. I still feel like he recognized maybe how he could tweak things to make things just more listenable, to revisit. You know, I'm not racist. You know, I appreciate the artistry in that and him taking it there and talking about polarizing things. Again, he had his pulse on what was going on at the time, still going on, to keep it real. But that's never a song that I'm never going to go back and listen to. Same thing with a lot of other Joyner songs. So this is a song that seems to have that replayability, right? The beat is cool. It's a bit more conventional, but the sample's nice. I love the pacing in it. So I think that this is a good song by Joyner. But can I say something? Can it be possible to capitalize but also be genuine? Because I feel like there have been times where I feel like, okay, Joyner just said that shit, and that was the shock value thing to say that everybody was thinking. And I felt like that was just a lick move from Joyner. I have felt that way before. Like, okay, you don't really believe that shit. I don't believe that you think that. I just think that you saw it was hot. You talked about it. I feel like he's seeing that these are things that are on everyone's mind, but I do feel it comes off to me like you said, it does come off more genuine this time around. A couple things that I loved about this as well is I love that he mentioned names that just probably wouldn't get the recognition or just the attention overall, just in mainstream media. I love that he mentioned Shock G. Rest in peace to Shock G. I love that he mentioned Drakeo. He mentioned Pat Stay, you know, which is a battle rapper on the underground scene. Rest in peace to Pat Stay. That was a tragedy what happened to him, and he was actually really dope too. He mentioned Black Rob, right? He mentioned Fred the Godson. Man, these are guys that are like more so underground guys that in the mainstream, we know about Nipsey. Rest in peace to Nipsey. We know about, you know, Kobe Bryant dying.
Juice WRLD and all that.
Juice WRLD, he mentioned Juice. But man, some of these other guys, you know, and Tiny Lister didn't get a lot of coverage as well.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? And to me, he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? At least in the hood, he's a legend. So I just love that he mentioned these names and gave them some light that probably wouldn't have, that I haven't heard get much attention. You know what I'm saying? Shock G is a legend, right? Talking about Digital Underground, he's responsible for Tupac really being successful, keeping it real. Without Shock G giving Tupac that boost early on in his career and sleeping on couches and shit, we don't get Tupac. So these are important names, man. K Slay, you know, Drake did mention K Slay in the I think it was the Jimmy Cook song that Drake mentioned him as well. But outside of Drake mentioning him, which is a big mention, I didn't hear too much about K Slay, man. So a lot of these guys are responsible for a lot of things that move on the underground before they get to the mainstream. So salute to him for doing that. And the Kanye West line, I thought was a very perceptive thing to say. And it's just something that I feel like we all feel, right? It's cool. People can have their jokes online, but I don't really find that funny. I don't really seeing someone just have a complete fall from grace. Yes, this motherfucker's still rich beyond belief, but just to see this man, who I had a lot of respect for in terms of what he was able to do musically and some of the influence that he's had in and outside of music, it's just sad to see it. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say that, damn, Kanye West, when his mama died, he died. I just thought that was, I think we could see from that point, things started to take a drastic change for Kanye West. Whether or not you agree with that or not, you can understand that perspective because, again, once his mom died, things just got out of control. So big salute to Joyner, man. I was very impressed with this, man. I thought he did his thing. It's kind of hard to, what are you going to say, to critique this? I think we all feel it. When someone, you know, I just think it's a beautiful thing to acknowledge, you know, when someone's passed, these people that have had influence on the world, to acknowledge them and give them, you know, some sort of their flowers in a specific way. Their shine, I think is a beautiful thing. I don't know how you can even, you know, go against this, man. Salute to Joyner.
Biz Markie, Young Dolph, King Von, Drakeo, Black Rob. I didn't even know Black Rob passed away, dude.
Man, rest in peace to Black Rob.
Seriously, man.
That's kind of the point,
That's
right?
the point that you're making.
These people, like, damn, can you give them some coverage? Like, I just felt like the coverage from some of these names just wasn't put out there as much, which makes this a beautiful thing. This is a big platform.
Yeah.
Joyner has a good platform to give them love is great.
Yep. Trouble, Virgil,
Shout
Shock
to
G, who you mentioned, Pat Stay, K Slay, Fred the Godson. When you really sit back and he's listing them all out, man, how many people?
It's alarming.
Yeah, because you get numb to it.
It's alarming.
You get numb to it.
You do. And taking God out of it, though, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is messaging just for the people who are causing some of these deaths, right? When he says devil's work, and we have this sort of thing that we say now when I'm on demon time. Basically, you up to no good if you're on demon time, right?
Right.
A lot of that mindset has resulted in Pop Smoke dying, resulted in PNB Rock.
Yep.
That's unsettling to me as well. Nipsey's death is still, to this day, that shakes me to the core, man. That really disgusted me. You know, so it's the devil's work in that, you know, you can, however you want to look at that. If you want to look at it spiritually, you can look at it that way. If you want to look at it like people have a negative mindset that's causing a lot of these people's lives to be taken from us too soon, and that needs to change. This is sort of a public service announcement. You can look at it that way as well. I just think that it's great for that as well. Big shout out to Joyner Lucas, man.
Yeah,
Make sure
man.
y'all support that man's app, Tully, man. Support that man.
Yes, sir.
That's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost to Vegas.
We out.